Hey guys, so this is a tutorial for coaches and consultants on how to turn people who don't know your name into hot leads who are ready to spend $5,000 with you on your high ticket program, your product, or with your agency. So you're going to turn them from ice cold leads to warm leads who are ready to buy from you. Now, to really understand this, we have to take a look at a real world example, and that example is going to be Apple. So let's take a look at Apple, for example, right? Why does no one ask them for a discount ever? So when you walk into an Apple store, you're usually just looking at the different products, seeing which one you want to buy, and you never even think to ask, the people there, people working there, hey, do you guys have a discount? Can I get 10% off, 20% off for this? You never ask for that. And why does no one ever ask them for that? Reason is because they built a brand. So everyone knows what the Apple logo looks like. And if we compare that to the Samsung logo, nobody knows what that's like. So because they built a brand, they've earned that respect, that authority, that trust from everyone. So Apple is all the way up here, and all the other brands are down here. So no one dare challenges the king of brands. Second reason is they position themselves as the go-to, right? So if you ask 10 people if they'd rather get a free iPhone or a free Samsung, 9 out of 10 would say iPhone. So once again, they've separated themselves from the pack, which is why they can do things that other brands can't, such as not having to worry about discounts. And third, it's because you come to them. They're not trying to sell you. So Samsung is always trying to compete on price. They have crazy price drops, $500 off here, $500 off there. Buy one get one free phones. Like I've seen some crazy deals from them. For Apple, you never see that on their website. Like the most they do is probably like $99 off like a $2,000 product, and that's just like when they have old stuff that they need to get rid of. You'll never see them competing on price. They know that they're higher priced than everyone else. You know they're higher priced from everyone else, but at the end of the day, you still buy from them, right? So people like they always have objections about pricing, some features how they're lacking behind Samsung, they copy. But at the end of the day, everyone buys Apple anyways. So by being able to, establish themselves as this authority figure, the go-to company, they can get away with doing all of these things. And that's what you want to do as a coach in your industry as well, to separate yourself from everyone else. So let's just take a look at, a different industry, right? So basketball fitness coach or basketball trainers. So on the left here, we have 90.10 training. Peter, he's on Instagram. He's got almost 500,000 followers. On the right, we have Wolf Hoops Training, basketball trainer. They're an online trainer for basketball players. And if you look at these two, right, who would have to sell you harder on their coaching program? And it would clearly be the one on the left, right? And the reason for that is because they have zero authority, right? So even though they have 830 followers and zero following, it's pretty obvious that these are all bought. The guy on the right, the guy on the left, 9010 training, he's got a verification mark, bunch of posts, bunch of 500,000 followers, and he seems like a pretty legit person. So this is why having that authority, being that go-to figure, your niche is so important. So the first lesson is no authority, no money. You must have authority if you want to separate yourself from the pack, make money long term. Sure, you might make some money here and there, cold DMs, cold emails, just DMing a bunch of people. But long term, you want to have it so you don't have to sell them, but they have to sell you on why you should take them on as a client. So how do we build authority? The answer is just, get in their face. Authority, right? So who's a figure of authority in our country? The president. And the president, we see them everywhere on TV, on the news, Twitter, wherever you look, you see the president everywhere. So you want to get in there, you want to get in their face. So think about who has a lot of respect in sports. LeBron James, where is he? NBA, Instagram, NBA TV, wherever you go, you see him. So that's how you get authority, by getting in front of people, by being a name that everybody recognizes. But you don't want to appear spammy, right? So most people, especially high ticket coaches, or agency owners, right, when they want to, build authority, they'll think, oh, I need to put out a bunch of content. I need to make a bunch of posts so that everyone knows me. But at the same time, you don't want to appear spammy. So how do we attract high ticket clients and the right audience the right way, without having to do all of that? The answer is using the funnel of the E's. So this is the three-step funnel that I've created. And I'm going to simplify it so it's very easy to understand. And by following this, you'll be able to turn people who don't even know your name into somebody who's ready to give you $5,000. So without further ado, let's break it down. Now, before I go into detail, I'll do a high level overview. First step is to entertain, second step is to educate, and third is to explode. So I'll explain each one of these in more detail, but we'll start first with entertain. So if you notice, there's numbers next to each one, and this represents the number of people or the percentage of people that would be interested in something. So for example, if I make a video titled, "How many watermelons can I fit inside my toilet?" and I stuff it with 50 watermelons, pretty sure everybody would be interested in watching that. Or day in the life of a 15-year-old plumber, or day in the life of a 6-year-old plumber. Everyone would want to watch that. Now, if I niche down into even further, right? 3 ways to get more clients as a new plumber, how to make $10,000 a month as a plumber without going to trade school. Now, some people would be interested in this, but the majority of people wouldn't. But that's okay because these 10% of people that do watch it are higher value, right? So one of these people's worth 10 people that were just entertaining because these people are more serious about what we're teaching, right? So, for example, if we teach people how to make $10,000 a month as a plumber, we want people who are actually interested in that. And it's okay if not everyone's interested in that because that's just how life works. Not everyone is going to be interested in what you're doing. But in order to find those people that are interested in what you're doing, you have to get a wider net, right? So, for example, let's say I was going fishing and I only wanted to catch bluefish, which is, 10% of all fish in the ocean. Now, I can't just go out and specifically look for bluefish, right? It would be very hard for me because there's not that many of them. Or let's just say there's only 1% of all the fish. Instead, what I would do is I would have to cast a wide net and get all of the fishes in the ocean. So get hundreds and hundreds of fish, get them in a net and bring them onto my boat. Then once I have them in, can I pick out the bluefish that I want? So it's the same here. With the content that's entertaining, right? We bring everybody in. So all of this stuff is just designed to get as many people as possible. And once they're inside of our world, once they watch one video, the algorithm is going to recommend them other videos that we have because they watch till the end of these videos because these are broad videos that get, their attention and they'll watch all the way to the end. And out of those, let's just say hundreds of thousands of people, maybe a couple thousand of them will end up over here. People who are really interested in what we do, right? They might not have known about it before, but they're interested in what we do. And then some of those people, they might already be like the perfect fit. So right away, we already have some people who previously, off of a video about watermelons, now know exactly what we do and are interested in what we're teaching. And they have that trust with us because they've seen a video that's gotten hundreds of thousands of views, which, instantly implies authority. Now, we've gotten people from all over the world. We've gotten some people that are interested, and now it's time to explode their beliefs or explode their old beliefs. So when people look at your product or whatever you're selling, the first thing they're going to ask is, what's wrong with this? Where are there holes in this? Why can't this work for me? So with exploding, what you're going to do is explode all of their old beliefs. So for example, if you do these three things as a plumber, you'll never get clients. So if one of those three things is something they did in the past, they'll be like, oh, I didn't know that. And they'll look at you as the authority figure. And it's like you're telling them, you're not telling them, if you do these three things, you might not make it as a plumber. You're saying it in a way where you're the authority figure. So it's all about building authority. This is the worst mistake you can make as a professional barber. So let's say you're a barber, right? If somebody is trying to become a barber and you say this, obviously they're going to listen to you. And by taking the time out of their day to listen to you, we're subconsciously planting that thought in their mind that we're the authority and they're listening to us. And now, even though this might look like a funnel where we go from big to smaller, and then finally exploding the beliefs of the 1% who are really serious about buying, this can actually be split into 3 different content buckets. So even though this is for 100% of people, this is for 10% of people, and this is only for 1% of people, that doesn't mean that we should distribute the the content that we produce into, that distribution, right? So most of it is entertainment, most of it is education, most of it is content that explodes their old beliefs. We should actually have a more balanced distribution, because this is much more important in terms of converting people than this content. So what I would do would be to go for like a 33, 33, 33 split, a little bit of everything. So mix it up. You want to show some of your personality. And for educate, you just want to provide as much value as you can. Teach people exactly the systems that you would give away, not give away, that you would charge people for. You want to just give it away for free. For entertain, the pure goal of this is to get as many people as you can through the door, just to view your content, see who you are, just view your face. And with this, you really want to break their limiting beliefs about your industry, your product, and what's going to be stopping them from joining, because you want them on the sales call not to be coming at you with all of these objections. So this part is really important, because this is going to be handling all the objections. So when you create content for um, this part, what you want to do is write down a list of the top 20 objections you get on sales calls. And for each one, you're going to create a video piece that is breaking that belief. So for example, if somebody says, oh, the price is too high. So for example, let's say you're selling $100 pair of scissors. All right. People are gonna be like, this is too high. One of a content piece you could create is, here's why this $100 pair of scissors is actually really cheap. And you break down exactly why it's valuable. So on the call, they already know why it's valuable, and you don't have to spend time explaining to them, why it's worth it, justifying it. And by doing that, by having to explain everything to them on the call by trying to sell them, you position yourself in a lower position of authority. Whereas if you can get them all the information beforehand, and when they come on, they're just ready to buy, and you don't have to, answer all of their questions, you're putting yourself in that position of authority. So the key takeaway from all of this is that you must be in a position of authority if you really want to take people who don't know your name, and turn them into someone who is ready to spend $5,000 with you. And to do that, all we have to do is create these 3 buckets of content: entertainment, education, and exploding their old beliefs. And if you need help with this and you'd like our team, to come in, take a look at what exactly is going on in your business right now, see if we can help you take, your business, add $30,000 a month to it, add $50,000 a month to it in the next 90 days, hit the link below and we'll see if we can help you out.